Hello, Washington State. I'm so thrilled to be a part of your virtual conference. Thank you for inviting me, President Drury. You're an incredible leader and an inspiration. Your love for our Federation and our country propels you and also motivates us. Thank you for putting us in front of your own personal needs. We're so deeply appreciative of you. I know you'll continue to be a guiding light for Washington State's incoming officers. And I also know that NFRW First Vice President Eileen Sobczak of Washington State, hi Eileen, is installing you today. I can't wait to hear who the new officers are. I look forward to working with all of you and wish you the greatest success. So much has taken place since this term began on January 1. We all knew we had big challenges this year, but never to this extent. We knew we'd be focusing on elections 2020, but we never knew just how critical it would become and why we would need to give it every ounce of our beings, not only to our Federation, but to save our states and country from those who want to dismantle them and destroy them. But we have this. There's a reason we're called NFR Warriors, and please hashtag that. You know the expression, and the good news is? It's usually followed by, and not so good news is. But we have good news and great news. NFR warriors are building up our federation and protecting our country. We're all working hard to deliver victories, nothing less, and across the board, capped by President Trump in the White House. It's an understatement to say that this has been a challenging year. But it's also been a remarkably successful one in so many ways. Friends, we're living not just in unprecedented times, but in crucial times. But because of you, every single NFRW sister, NFRW keeps on getting stronger. Because of you, I just feel we're headed towards victories in elections 2020. I know things are difficult to say the least in Washington State. I empathize, especially since I'm a New Yorker. But I want to share with you that wherever I have been going to strike forces in our targeted states, I feel great excitement and patriotism pouring out from our members and from other fellow Americans. Even with COVID-19, natural disasters, land hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, fires, and as you well know, Washington State, violence in the streets by anarchists, Marxists, radicals, and thugs burning our communities and attempting to tear apart the fabric of our nation. Even with all of this, we're staying strong. Working for elections 2020 has become not only important, but paramount. We're staying laser focused. We've been campaigning virtually and in person, strike forces and phone banking, and we have had incredible achievements so far, and we're keeping up that momentum. We're working hard, and we need to keep working hard to get back our House, to keep the Senate, and to win the ballot, capped by sending our president back to the White House. We can't accept anything less, and we know it. That's the goal. That's the promise. And like President Trump, who was raised in the same borough of Queens where I was, I will keep my promise to you. We women will deliver. You and I and our tens of thousands of NFRW sisters are an amazing team, and we deliver success. And now we have the SCOTUS hearings. Judge Amy Coney Barrett, a remarkable jurist, a scholar in intellect, a mother of 7, a true role model to women everywhere. We support her. NFRW created a rapid response team in record time, covering everything from our being present in DC to heightening social media response with over 100 of our sisters already involved, to setting up a website resource site, nfrw.org/confirmamy, forming coalitions with outside groups. It's been a massive project on top of many other important projects that we're doing. But again, we know what's at stake. This seat must be filled by President Trump's nominee. This affects generations to come. So amidst all the challenges, NFRW has actually increased advocacy and activist opportunities for all of us, such as campaigning and lobbying in home and in person. All of our 36 national committees and all of our state federations, clubs, and individual members are working relentlessly. You are all forces of nature. I so admire you. Despite the challenges, we're leading the way. We haven't missed a beat. We have invigorated our initiatives. There's massive training, educational projects, and new programming featuring some of the highest elected officials in our nation. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Senator Marsha Blackburn, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, and by the way, they're all members of NFRW. Also Senators Tom Cotton, Tim Scott, Todd Young, so many others. NFRW bought Zoom rooms for your use to keep you in touch with each other, like today. And since April, our states, clubs, and committees have held 400 Zoom room meetings. Just with our NFRW Zoom rooms. NFRW wants to give Washington State all the resources that it needs. We should never forget that our federation was founded by the independent women's clubs that were the trailblazers to secure the 19th Amendment. And this year, as you know, is the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment. Those brave women won our voice. We are using our voice loudly and proudly, from campaigning to caring about communities through our good deeds. Most recently, we've come to the rescue of our sisters and their communities who were hit by the derecho in Iowa and by Hurricane Laura in Louisiana and by so many other disasters. Maybe it's because of all of this during this critical year that we are more focused than ever before on our mission to build leaders, energize communities, and keep America strong. And following the lead of our great president and vice president, we're communicating at a level and pace like never before. I broadcast weekly videos, and next week will be 33. It'll make 33 of them to keep you informed and also brag about your achievements. We've increased our social media presence to the point where we've upped our viewership by 32% overall in just the last 6 months. Incredible. The public is watching us, ladies, and the media is contacting us for interviews. And this, again, is for the benefit of all levels of our grassroots organization, the clubs, the states, the national. We federated women are a force in our nation. We are being recognized. Our weekly newsletter is fantastic. Please read it. Visit our YouTube channel, NFRW1, and nfrw.org, an amazing resource. We have so much new programming available to you as members. NFRW on the Issues, the monthly briefing, campaign management schools, a new online leadership series, specials like the one on the centennial of the 19th Amendment, and also new vodcasts and podcasts coming soon. In just weeks, we'll be completing a new multimedia studio at headquarters. Really exciting. For all this programming and so much more, let me know if you want to be involved. You're a part of a huge and effective organization. It's all about educating and taking action. And that is going to lead to success in November. Mark my words. What a party that's going to be. We do what we do to preserve the sanctity of life and preserve our liberties, from freedom of speech to right to worship, to assembling peacefully, not violently. We're the ones who touch our communities and protect them. Now, I've been in public service for 40 years, and I started as the youngest elected GOP woman, my time in the history of New York. I have never witnessed anything like what's happening now. The opposition is doing its best to take away our country. We federated women will not stand by and let that happen. I have 5 precious grandchildren, and when I look into their eyes and when I hold them, I know I'm part of an organization that's on the front lines defending them and their futures. In this election, we women will be the key voters and more than ever will be the candidates. We have more Republican women candidates than ever before. 120 Republican women on the ballots just on the state and federal levels. Historic. It's the NFRW that's there to support our women candidates. We're going to usher them to the finish line and help them cross it. And we're there for all our Republican candidates, female and male. We can't wake up on November 4th without knowing that we've done everything we possibly could. And NFRW is offering more than ever to ensure that. We, the Washington FRW and NFRW, are needed more than ever to get out our messages, to get out the truth, and to achieve our goals. We need as many members as possible. We have a new membership contest for our clubs and states. For the clubs that have the highest number or percentage of new members, the president gets free registration to our next board meeting and other perks. For the states, there's going to be a special surprise. This year, we have 2 brand new fundraising committees. We have a gala in DC next spring. We have Americanism projects, election integrity action items, literacy projects with online reading programs for our young children starting this month. We're full steam ahead with all our committees. And to be sure you keep track of what you do, we have made it possible with new forms from our awards committee. Thank you, Roxanne. You're going to be recognized with awards at our Biennial in Orlando next September. Just make sure you keep track. We want you to be successful in everything you do and get the recognition you deserve. NFRW is a serious political corporation, and I'm the proud CEO. I promised you transparency and accountability in Indy last year, and every month our financial and membership numbers are published. The great news is that we're ahead of last year in both membership and finances. We're investing, we're saving money, we're setting forth new membership goals, we're being wise, careful, and creative about achieving those goals that fortify our grassroots organization. And with this year's intensive implementation of updated, streamlined operations, we have been maximizing efficiency and productivity. Your money is being wisely spent for the future of NFRW and our country. I take this to heart. I look at every dime as your money. Friends, our foundation is now rock solid and we're building on it. NFRW is core to the future of our precious country. So let's move forward now with confidence. Ladies, if nothing else, let me say this. Elections 2020 is a choice between capitalism and socialism, between the rule of law and anarchy, between our Constitution and tyranny. NFRW sisters cannot just be part of the discussion. We have to lead it. We have to get out the truth. We have to reach out to our families, friends, and neighbors and tell them why this year is the most important one in our lifetime. It's critical. We must be the messengers and the activists out on the front lines defending our values and our nation. But together with our tens of thousands of federated Republican women across the USA, we're a powerful team. Let's build up our federation. Let's protect our nation. Let's get out the vote. I want to personally thank you for all you do.